I don't care if you're leftist, you're rightist, you're somewhere in the middle. If this does not piss you off, you need to give your head a shake.
A controversial call as the Supreme Court of Canada rules 5-4 that the mandatory minimum sentence for possession of child pornography isn't constitutional.
When the courts look at...
They ruled 5-4 that minimum sentencing for having child pornography is unconstitutional. This is what the Supreme Court of Canada voted on. That it was unconstitutional. If he believes it's unconstitutional, check that guy's laptop.
Mandatory minimum sentences, they do not look at the offenses of the person who is charged with the crime.
Previous decisions mean the Supreme Court is allowed to look at hypothetical cases when judging constitutionality of the law. In this case, justices considered the possibility of an 18-year-old receiving explicit images from another 18-year-old of that second person's 17-year-old girlfriend. That first 18-year-old didn't ask for the image, but now possesses child pornography.
If there is a reason...
Hey, this is not the case here.
Well, yeah,
this
they
is
made
not,
that up. They made this hypothetical up.
But this is not what we're talking about. We're talking about kiddie porn here. We're talking about a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-year-old kid that ends up on a 45-year-old man's laptop. We ain't talking about a 17 and an 18-year-old here. I'm pretty sure that those judges, if that ever makes it to court, are going to look at that and say, hey, what the fuck, man? Why are we even here? You do not change the complete law for the dumb fucking exceptions like those ones. We're talking about pedophiles here. We're talking about fucking predators. Yep. We ain't talking about the 18-year-old that has a 17-year-old girlfriend.
Hypothetical edge case that didn't even actually happen. That hypothetical scenario is very easily fixed by prosecutors using just common fucking sense. And most laws, like statutory rape laws, have they're called like Romeo and Juliet exceptions. They're built in where, say, it's illegal to have sex with a woman or a girl under 16 unless they are. It's usually 3 or 4 years in age, and then it's void. Same thing can be done here. It's not a problem. It's a very easy fix to make. You don't protect all the other fucking pedophiles for this very easily fixed issue that didn't even fucking happen. They expect us all to be like morons and not have any sense of context or nuance. Everybody understands the difference between an 18-year-old getting a titty shot from a 17-year-old girlfriend and a 45-year-old man accessing nudes of a 10-year-old child, and they're pretending like the average human can't figure out the difference. And it's an insult to our intelligence. What's most disturbing is just the mindset that has to go into this. It'd be one thing if it was like a loophole that just kind of accidentally happened. A law was made and no one really realized. But you had to go out of your way to be, you know who we really need to protect? Fucking pedophiles. Those are the people that we really need to protect today. And that's what these judges did. They went out of their way to protect pedophiles. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Check their laptops.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
And anybody that agrees with this, anybody that doesn't think that it should be a way higher mandatory minimum for the people that are caught with that type of images on their laptops, check their laptops. Check their fucking laptops. To me, it's self-preservation. I saw a bunch of comments saying Pierre Poilievre did stand up to that. I do have... He stood up twice. I have the one for the CBC because I thought he was cleaner.
Ruling
okay, let's see.
Is wrong-headed, and I would oppose the ruling, and I would use the notwithstanding clause to overturn it. And my future government will introduce mandatory prison sentences for possession of child pornography so that dirtbags like this go away for a very long time.
Some of the reasoning from the justices was that they could see a scenario where two 18-year-olds exchange images and then have a mandatory minimum imposed on them. I don't know what you make of that.
No, because you have to be found guilty to get it in the first place. No one would find an 18-year-old guilty in that scenario.
No.
I think the Supreme Court needs to get away from these imaginary scenarios. The
Exactly.
scenario before them was two men in possession over a long period of time of hundreds of images and videos that were made by torturing innocent children. And with those facts in front of them, their conclusion actually should have been that the sentence should have been much more than the 1 year and 9 months that the two dirtbag offenders received. They should go away for a very long time. Frankly, if I had my way as a father, I would lock them up and throw away the key.
I mean, credit where it's due. That's
why I'm playing it. As much as I hate on Pierre Poilievre, I will always give credit where credit is due. I agree with him on this case. He doesn't go far enough, but I understand that he still needs to be more politically correct than I am, because as a father, that guy wouldn't make it to prison. I'm just saying. He would not. Have you seen the video? I can't show that video because this will definitely get the channel banned. But do you remember, I think it was in the 80s or the 90s, there was this guy that was involved.
At the
I think it was Marsh.
Yes. He was at the payphones,
yes.
and then the kid, the guy that molested his kid, walked behind him. Boom. Yeah. Father of the year, man. Absolute father of the year.
If I was on the jury of that guy, innocent. I didn't see anything wrong. What happened? Innocent. Innocent, completely.
Hey, how do we know that was really him? How do we know that was really him?
AI.
Yeah, it was AI. He had to disguise in the video, and I just don't think that was him. He still had his kind of like politician speak, but I feel like I detected.
That's how he is. But that's how he is, though.
No, but yeah, I know. But I feel like I detected a little bit of like something that came from the heart there.
He's a father.
Because he is a father, right? And something that was, a little bit of fire, just a little bit of fire in his belly there, for Poilievre at least.
This is a great comment by Mitch Warner. I think that's your first time, never seen you before.
True, eh?
What's going on, man? So why are we censoring the internet in Canada? Isn't it to protect children? Exactly.
Yeah.
We censor the internet, but we don't want to put the criminals
we've got to
in
censor
jail.
the internet to protect children. But we just struck down laws banning child porn. Oh yeah, but don't worry about that. I mean, that's
don't
not those children.
And even Daniel Smith came up pretty strong, saying that it was absolutely ludicrous. The minimum sentencing should demand the minimum mandatory should be so much higher.
Where's Dougie on this? What's Dougie saying?
Dougie's hiding his laptop. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know what I'm talking about. This is all for entertainment purposes. The fact that Mark Carney's not speaking about that either, that's problematic.
I find that, like, why is this shouldn't be a partisan issue? We should all be against child pornography, right? None of us should be against pedophiles. Or none of us should be for pedophiles.
Yeah. Whoa. I don't agree with Rob.
But it seems like, the mainstream political left, they're either just silent on it, or you'll often hear some of them will actually put on full-throated defenses of pedophiles, right? You know how you've seen them try to rebrand them as MAPs, minor attracted persons, right? Because it sounds better. We don't want to put stigma on the pedophiles. Yes, we do. We do. We want to put
born that way.
Stigma. Yeah, we want to put
born that way.
And even if that were true, it doesn't matter. Because some people are born just pure evil. That's irrelevant. We should still remove them from society as soon as we can.
Who matters most, the kids or the criminals or the pedophiles?
The criminals.
No, but
of course. I
mean, it's a pretty bad society when you value the criminal more than you do your youth, than you do your children.
And that's the mainstream modern current iteration of the political left in a nutshell. And that's why there's a lot of common sense liberals like myself who are having a real hard time reconciling what are our classical liberal beliefs with what we see right now coming out of the mainstream political left.